Welcome to Infidelity Truths. Before we dive into today's gripping story, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more thrilling stories just for you. Let's begin.
His silence was louder than any scream. I could feel his gaze, heavy and unyielding, as I sat across from him at our small kitchen table. The words I'd just spoken hung in the air like smoke. I cheated on you. My voice had cracked, barely audible, but it was enough to shatter everything. He didn't move, didn't blink, just stared at a spot on the table, as if it held the answers I couldn't give him. In that moment, I felt like I was watching our life collapse in slow motion. It began 9 months ago. I'd been with Ethan for 5 years, married for 3. We weren't the perfect couple, but we were comfortable. Shared Netflix binges, late-night talks about nothing, and a rhythm that felt safe. But safe, I learned, can start to feel like stagnant. The spark we once had. Those days when we couldn't keep our hands off each other, when his laugh could pull me out of any funk, had faded into something predictable. I told myself it was just life, just marriage, just what happens when you grow up. But then I met Leo. Leo was a freelance photographer hired for a project at the marketing agency where I worked. He was all sharp edges and easy smiles, with a way of talking that made you feel like you were part of his adventure. The first time he looked at me, really looked, I felt a jolt I hadn't felt in years. He'd linger after meetings, asking about my ideas, my life, my dreams. "You're wasted on these corporate gigs," he'd said once, his voice low, like it was just for me. I should have shut it down. I should have told Ethan I was feeling untethered, like I was losing myself in the monotony of our life. But I didn't. Instead, I leaned into the attention. It started with late-night texts about work, then drinks after a deadline, then a kiss in the parking lot that felt like a wildfire. I told myself it was nothing serious, just a moment of weakness. But one night turned into 3, and each time I crossed that line, I felt both alive and sick with guilt. It wasn't about love with Leo, it was about feeling seen, feeling like someone wanted me, not just the version of me that paid bills and folded laundry. But after the 3rd time, I couldn't stand myself anymore. I wasn't this person. I didn't want to be, so I told Ethan. It was a rainy Tuesday night, and we were eating takeout in silence, the kind that had become normal for us. I looked at him, his messy hair, the way he always saved the best piece of chicken for me, and the guilt choked me. I set my fork down and said, "Ethan, I need to tell you something." His eyes met mine, curious, trusting. And then I said it, "I cheated on you." The air changed. His face didn't twist in anger or crumple in pain. It just emptied. He put his plate in the sink, walked to the living room and sat down. He didn't speak. He didn't look at me. He just sat there, and I felt like I was drowning. The days that followed were a blur of silence. Ethan didn't ask for details, didn't yell, didn't cry. He slept on the couch, left for work before I woke up, and came home after I was in bed. When I tried to talk, he'd nod or say, "Yeah," like I was a coworker he was humoring. I wrote him a letter, spilling my heart onto the page. How I felt lost, how I hated myself, how I didn't know why I'd done it. I left it on the coffee table. The next day it was gone, but Ethan wasn't. I thought he'd stay, that we'd fight through it. But a week later, I came home to find his closet half empty. No note, no explanation, just his absence. That I called his best friend, Mark, who said Ethan was staying with him and didn't want to talk. "Give him time," Mark said, but his voice was cold, like I was already someone Ethan used to know. It a month later, I got an email from a lawyer with divorce papers attached. Attached to them was a single sentence in Ethan's handwriting. "I hope you figure out what you need." No rage, no blame, just a quiet goodbye. I signed the papers, my hands shaking, and sent them back. Work became unbearable. Leo was still there, still smiling like we shared a secret. I quit the next week and took a job across town, throwing myself into spreadsheets and meetings to avoid thinking about the life I'd torched. I started therapy, desperate to understand why I'd sabotaged everything. In one session, my therapist asked, "When did you stop feeling like you deserved him?" The question gutted me. I realized I'd been unraveling long before Leo, hating the version of myself that felt invisible. Even to me, it's been 7 months. I don't see Ethan, but he's everywhere, in the coffee mug he loved, in the playlists we made together, in the way I still expect to hear his key in the door. I heard through a mutual friend he moved to a new city, started a new job. I wonder if he's happy, if he's found someone who won't break him. I wonder if he thinks of me with anger or pity or nothing at all. I didn't cheat because I stopped loving Ethan. I cheated because I stopped seeing myself and I thought someone else could show me who I was. They couldn't. Now, when I close my eyes, I see his face that night, empty of the warmth that used to feel like home. And I know I'm the one who turned it cold.
Thank you, my amazing subscribers. Wow, what a journey. If you've made it to the end of this story, I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Your support means everything to me. Every time you watch, like, and comment, you're helping keep this channel alive and growing. And trust me, the best is yet to come. I see all your comments. I feel your love, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you. If this story touched your heart, hit that like button and drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. Your thoughts and feedback inspire me to create even more powerful stories. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a new upload. More shocking twists, emotional journeys, and real-life lessons are on the way, and I don't want you to miss a single one. Together, we're building an incredible community, and I'm so grateful to have you on this journey with me. Stay strong, stay inspired, and remember, sometimes life's greatest lessons come from the most unexpected moments. See you in the next story.